Hi guys, Rustic Red here. Once again, I have the bolt of my Mossberg 395 KB right here, and I'm going to do a partial disassembly. Now this video was requested by a viewer who watched my other disassembly videos, so I'm going to do my best to show you how this bolt will be disassembled. Now because YouTube is very strict, I cannot show you how, but I will explain to you how it's disassembled, and by then you should know the gist of how it comes apart and how to do things safely. Just for safety's sake, I'm going to be wearing safety glasses because there are springs and an awful lot of stored pressure inside the bolt here. Yeah, notice here how you cannot see the firing pin. So for starts, this little bit here, I do not remember the name. I do not know the name of this little bit here, but it's got to be moved from here down to here. And what you're going to need is something hard and sturdy and stable to get this moved from here to here. I like to use wood because it reduces the chances of scratching anything up, but wood is more likely to splinter. So go ahead, take that with a grain of salt. Do it at your own risk. And now with this piece moved from here to here, notice how you can now see the firing pin. So once that's taken apart, or not taken apart, but once that's moved, move on to the next step where there's a crevice that runs alongside this part of the bolt, and you see this little pin here must be pushed down just far enough to fit inside that little gap there. And you are going to want something hard and tough, and really I just used the tip of a Q-tip. Yeah, find that it is hard enough to push that little pin down just far enough to get right inside that gap, and twist this top end of the bolt off and take it off. It's been pushed in. Let's see. You gotta twist it and before it comes right out. Now, that's as far as I know how to take the bolt apart. I do not know how to take the rest of this little bit apart. There is still residual or surface rust rather inside here. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but I would very much so like to know how to take the rest of this apart so that I could finish cleaning this bad boy up. In order to reassemble the bolt, the steps must be done in reverse. But okay, got that in. Got to push it, and there we go. Now the pin's back in its place. And now this little doodad needs to be moved back from here all the way up into this little groove here. And there you have it. It's all put back together. Notice here how this little piece here is right inside the groove. Want to make sure everything is put back the exact same way as before, otherwise your bolt will not work properly, and there could be something catastrophic. Now the way and how I was able to figure out how to take this apart, couldn't find anything on YouTube, couldn't find any disassembly instructions online, so I did look around on YouTube, and what really got me to get to the point as far as I showed you just now was I found a video where someone had disassembled the bolt of a Mossberg 183, which is chambered in 410 bore, unlike this one, which was chambered in 12 gauge. But what I came to realize after watching the video for the Mossberg 183 is this little piece here had to be moved from here down to here. Now the guy used a special tool which I do not have, so I just figured out that yeah, you just need to have something hard, sturdy, and stable that will move this from here. I noticed a pin here. Now I do think that there was something similar to that with the bolt of the 183, but he did a little bit more in-depth disassembly. And remember, that's a completely different bolt than this one here. Every bolt is made different. I actually saw a video once where somebody disassembled a J.C. Higgins 12 gauge bolt action, and the bolt assembly was completely different. So I do not recommend, in fact, please do not attempt in any way to take anything apart unless you actually know what you're doing. Please consult a gunsmith, or a firearms expert who actually knows what they're doing before you even attempt anything. And quite frankly, some of the steps that I took were quite risky, but thankfully, I don't think I've damaged anything else here, and I've been able to put it back together just fine. I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not attempt to disassemble anything unless you know what you're doing, unless you follow the instructions that you have, or you've consulted a professional. Okay? Okay, some of what I did was just was not an educated, but a calculated risk on my end. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.